Hey.
Look at this jacket. Look at the whole outfit.
So cool.
Super cool.
So yeah, I have a question for you.
Oh, yeah?
Would you ever be willing to come out to the West Coast?
To come out to the West Coast?
Yes.
Oh my God, West Coast, best coast? I'm from New Jersey. Okay, I'm from New Jersey.
Just asking because I drove out here from California and I would love to have you over at TFcon LA next year, 2025.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Follow-up question that's a little less like yes or no answer. When you were working on Nightshade in EarthSpark, what was the process of like developing the non-binary identity of Nightshade? What did the script writers kind of like bring to the table, and what did you kind of inform from your experience?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. When it comes to the development and growth of Nightshade, both with myself and then with the creative, for me it was just recognizing like I don't need to play non-binary. I simply can be and exist as who I am. The voice, the character, the like sort of heightened world and heightened life of the character came from my sense of like, I think one of the original directions was Doc Brown. From,
Oh my God, yes.
Wild. And I just had this line, I was like, kaboomy doozle! And I was just having so much, I was like going crazy in my little booth. And so I recognized like I could bring myself and a heightened sense to it. And then when it came to developing the show, May Cat actually wrote one of my signature episodes. Yeah. And we were talking about, it was episode 13, Misconnections, the one with tarantulas. And
So good.
it was really cool because we were both two queer people talking about the character, and I felt included in the conversation as they were developing the role, as they were developing the episode. We had conversations before we would record, before the episode was finished. Glad was involved as well in sort of the like addressing queerness in the show, just to make sure that that it was translating to an audience in a way that was about learning, and not just about here's a character that's non-binary and we're just gonna put them out there. It's like actually how can you learn about the character? And so that was my creative experience with both internally, personally, and then with the creative.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Great question.
Thank you.
You're
Z,
a great question.
such an incredible character. Like your characterization and vocalization and everything. So Z and I have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
We've actually not like had a chance to I feel like talk about Transformers and stuff in person.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, and your work is incredible, and that episode is phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot of love on this
Yeah,
dance.
there really is. My heart.
Hi.
Hey.
Who has seen Cyberverse? It's really good.
Thank you.
I love how fast-paced it is. I love that it perfectly contrasts humor with. It takes a lot from IDW in terms of like the really dark elements, like the cult death scene, like that. Like that happens, and then we never see the Seekers again, huh? Along those lines, I wanted to ask, what was all of your reactions to seeing the Starscream, like the scene where Megatron goes completely silent and just chases Starscream for 2 whole minutes?
Yeah.
And then kills him.
I mean, my jaw was even just reading it in the script. I was like, we're doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we're doing this.
And then Megatron live streams the.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's wild. I see that like trending, the beating. Like, it's something.
It is. I mean, that's part of what I love about the show is that it works on so many levels. It really is for everybody. And I even remember like talking to Randolph, who was the showrunner, who was the head writer, and when Hasbro approached him about doing the show, that's what they said. they're like, this needs to work on several levels. Like, this needs to appeal to the fans, and it needs to appeal to younger kids who are still coming in. And I think they did a great job of walking that line, because sometimes it's super cutesy, and then sometimes, you know,
Murder, death?
yes, murder, death, kill.
Murder, death, kill.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about that when Bumblebee got his voice box ripped out.
Yeah.
And I read that in the script, and I was like, because up until then, I don't think anything that sort of dire had happened. But I was like, so this show's not afraid to really go there.
Or when Hot Rod seemingly dies, I actually didn't know if I was coming back. Because I didn't have the next set of scripts after that recording, and I don't think they said anything to me. So I recorded, I was like, I guess that's it. That was fun. And pleasantly surprised after.
Notice is good.
Oh my God, that's so nerve-wracking. You're like, okay, bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
I mean, what a way to go, but.
Never.
yeah.
And then I follow up, just the more that I hear you talk about the characters you played, I'm like, those are all my favorite characters. Like, I love your performance in Perceptor and Jetfire. And
Oh, thank you so much. Oh,
Yeah,
hi.
hey.
Hello there.
Look at that.
And
Wow.
Hot Rod and Windblade. And,
Thanks.
Like, Windblade was such a new character at the time that, like, getting to see her on screen was like, like, she's gonna be here. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
just
Cool.
so lovely.
Thank you so much.
EarthSpark is amazing, and you've already talked. Here's an accessory.
Oh my God.
Becky can't guess what my question is about. First of all, I just wanted to say that it's nice to hear the confirmation that the people who wrote the series read MTME, because
Can you sneak the microphone under your helmet at all?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I feel like we're in the Peanuts and the teacher is talking.
Yeah.
I said it was nice to hear that, like, more than the writers read more than I mean, I could tell. My question is, obviously, I'm a pretty big Jetfire fan, and the thing is that, like, in Cyberverse, like, Jetfire is, like, very different. Like, he doesn't really have the scientist angle anymore, and, like, additionally, we go from, like, him, like, being vehemently against, to, like, harming humans, to, like, yeah, we kind of destroyed, like, 7 galaxies as collateral damage.
Yeah.
Who hurt Jetfire? I don't know. What happened?
Who hurt Jetfire? Is that
Who hurt Jetfire?
Skybot.
Skybite for starters?
Wait.
He's not.
Sorry, go ahead.
He is not a fan. He's not a fan of Skybite. Yeah, that was a real bummer.
Tell them the influence for Jetfire.
Yeah. So a lot of times for some of the characters that would come about later in the series, they would give the cast first crack at it sometimes. So I'd be finishing up my Bumblebee session. They'd be like, "Yeah, we have this other character coming up, Jetfire. Do you want to like give it a shot and see what you would do with him?" And I was like, "Yeah. What's his deal?" So my initial pitch for Jetfire was Captain America meets Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
And I was like, say less, fam. But what I've talked about, there's a lot of Jetfire fans out there today who've been coming to my booth, which is great. I love Jetfire. My favorite thing about Jetfire is he got increasingly ridiculous. He started out pretty grounded. Like in that first episode, there was more Captain America, less Buzz Lightyear. But I think the writers and I all started having so much fun with him. He just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And he he started out as like, "Now I will destroy you, Skybite." And at the end, he's like, "Nobody underestimates Jetfire!" Ha ha! And I was like, "Cool, let's keep going." So Skybite is the answer to your question.
So you did this.
Yeah.
Did you say at some point you and Randolph thought about the tick at some point?
Oh yes, that was it too. Yes, sorry. Yes.
No, it's okay.
So that is what Randolph said to me, he said, Buzz Lightyear, Captain America, Buzz Lightyear. And then I came back and I was like, so I've been looking over this, and I was like, yeah, I see that, but also like there's a lot of the Tick in there. And Randolph goes, yeah, there's probably a reason for that. I was like, why? He goes, I wrote the Tick. I was the writer for the Tick, and I was like, so you're recycling, buddy. Yes, there is the Tick, but I feel like he's like natural. I don't even have to do the Tick.
Yeah, no.
Like he just like becomes the Tick.
Yeah.
He become the Tick.
Did anyone else, speaking of 90s cartoons, anyone else grow up with Kablam on Nickelodeon?
Oh, yeah.
Randolph
Yeah,
was
we
also
got-
a writer on
we got a
Kablam,
couple.
too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I loved that show.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Look, you look great. This is
Yeah,
amazing.
great.
Well done.
So cool.
Bravo.
Yes.
switched sides.
Something switched. I just saw. We switched sides. Yes.
Oh.
Thank you all for being here. That is all the time we have for today.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. Great question.
Thank you.